I'm firmly focused on Forest away tomorrow. Do you know what I'm saying? So, um, gonna be a tough game. It'll be interesting to see just how much progress these guys have made in the international break. In it, I know that the manager was away in like Qatar or something like that for a little period of time, but everyone's main excuse for why we were performing so badly under this manager before was not enough time on the training ground. So if we go and we beat Forest away now, which really we should do, bearing in mind that these guys had an FA Cup game only the other day, right? A couple days
Yesterday or day
ago.
before yesterday.
Yeah, a couple days ago. So they're less rested than us. We've had more time on the training ground. This is a game that we should be going and winning, innit? So
Or
it'll be
drawing
very.
at least. It's away from
Oh
home.
yeah, but nah, bro. We should be beating them. Let's be honest. We should be
Nah,
beating
come
Nottingham
on, man.
Forest
Come on,
away
man.
from home.
They,
Brother, they played 2 days ago.
yeah, but still, they're still a much better side than us. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but why
Still,
are they though?
because of the way they're playing and the confidence that they have
But
at the
this is the
moment.
thing. But it's not the players though. This is what I'm saying. Like them man don't have better players than us. Like I was watching them. I watched their game the other
Mm.
day, and I was, bro. There's nothing impressive about Forest as a team, bro. Like respectfully, because I know that there's Forest teams, Forest fans, in the chat, but there's nothing good about them apart from the fact that Nuno sets them up really, really well in the low block. But they're shit, man. I'll be honest. Like on the ball, they're crap. At least, Bournemouth have a bit about them. Like Forest are actually garbage, bro. Like on the ball, when I watch them, their man just they park the bus, blood. Word to AG, 2 lines, yeah. 2 lines of defense, bro. And then them man are just trying to scumbag things, bro. They're awful.
And it works for them.
Yeah.
It works for them. They bopped Brighton out. Do you know what I'm
But
saying?
they didn't really bot Brighton. They stank the place out. They went there to not concede. They gave Brighton no space in behind to exploit. They stunk the place out, and then they won on penalties. That's
I
what
don't
they
think
did. And
Forest are in a phase where they want to play amazing football and
no, they
whatnot. They're
don't,
getting the
Faz.
results. Whatever they're
They don't.
getting, it's working for them. I think the most important thing is they rested just a handful of their players, and it's going to be interesting to see who he starts with tomorrow. Because he still played Gibbs White. He took him off. He played Ola Aina full game. And
He looks
Elanga
like a
came.
player, by the way. I know. All jokes aside, I know people are talking about him more for his off the field activities than his on the field activities for his Snapchat and all that. But well, he can play, you know. Can
He's a
actually
player.
play. He's a good right back. He can actually play. Like this season, he might be the best right back in the league. He might be. He can actually play. Like he's physically very strong. And he's got good feet as well. Like he can actually play.
He's outdone himself this season. Nobody expected that from him, really and truly.
No,
Nobody
100%.
nobody expected that from him. He's been dropping top performances pretty much all season, really. Pretty much all season. I don't think he's had a bad game in a while. I think his last bad game would have been when they lost to Newcastle. When they played Newcastle. I think other than that, he's been top. He's been top. Yeah, he's been one of their main players, really. If you think, he's
very good, man. He's very good. I can't even lie, bro. Like he surprised me at how good he is. Because
I don't expect us to get a win tomorrow, because whenever Man United come back from international break, we're slow. We're always slow. It's like we build up momentum just before international break it comes. Do you know what I'm saying? Or some sort of break comes. We build a bit of momentum, and as soon as international break comes, we fumble. We fumble and we start crumbling. And am I gonna be glued to the screen watching Nottingham Forest tomorrow? And not really, because my concentration is more on Europa League. It's more on Europa League, so I'm not going to be crazy bothered. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be crazy bothered, bro. I'll be real. If Man United go through in the Europa League, I'm going to be interested. If they don't, my season is done. I'm planning my holidays. There's nothing comes out of tomorrow, bro. Nothing.
I hear that. And yeah, spot on about the international break. But one thing I would say though, we were in decent form going into the international break. I'll be real.
That's what happens with Man United.
We was
Every
in
time.
decent form. Like we were starting to build a bit of momentum. So it'll be very interesting to see if the international break killed our momentum, or if, which I hope is the case, is giving us more time for some players to become available, and maybe we can kick on a little bit. Do you
But
know what I'm saying?
they've also had really good form going into international break as well. Well, I say very good form, but they did get beaten by Newcastle and Fulham, and then had a great draw to Arsenal, and then they just had a nice little 4-game kind of win back to back win. And then we've been on a really good result as well. Again, 4-game unbeaten. Stinky performances, yeah, for sure, no doubt about that. Our best win coming against Leicester, really, with a clean sheet. But our performance has just been really, really stinky. Whereas their performances have been maybe in some aspects a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? But overall, they've been fantastic in the league, innit? They've been really, really good in the league. And what's to say they're not going to want to keep their position in where they are? Because don't forget, Man City, and especially Man City, I'm not even going to count Chelsea, but especially Manchester City are going to look to close in on that third position as quickly as they can. And Man City's, if you look at Man City's fixtures and their form, you know, they've got some very, very good fixtures in their favor. They've got Leicester next game. They've got us next, which is not an easy game, but then they've got Palace, Everton after that. So they're going to be wanting to close in on Forest, and Forest are going to look at this next fixture, run of fixtures, and they're going to say, yo, if we really want Champions League football, let's knuckle down and get these points from Manchester United. And don't forget as well, this season for Nottingham Forest is a free hit season, because the real test...
Is it really? I don't think it is anymore. I think there's pressure on them to secure this European place, this top 5 thing. I think they've got so far now where I think it's squeaky bum time for them now.
I agree that, you know, now you would expect them to secure this Champions League position, because you'd think all this season you've played so amazing. Man City, the one team that you expect to be in there, have fallen off. Spurs, you would have expected to be in there, have massively fallen off. You'd expect them to say, you know what, bring it home now, Champions League. But what my perspective is, the real test for Forest comes next season, when they're actually in Europe. You know, these teams, the Newcastles, these mid-table, these teams that just edge it into Champions League spot, the Villas and stuff like that, you really find out what they're about in the season when they actually start playing midweek. That's when you really understand if the players can hack it and if the team can hack it. And don't forget, you know, once you make Champions League spot, you spend money willy-nilly, yeah. It happens to smaller teams all the time. Not saying Forest is a smaller team, but you get my perspective in comparison to the teams that are regularly playing Champions League. You spend money willy-nilly, and then the team goes kapoof.
Yeah, we saw it. We seen it with Spurs, bro, when Spurs sold Gareth Bale, yeah, and they got all that money, and how they spent the money. Yeah, and at the time, Spurs were exactly that kind of team, bro. Like, when sometimes, yeah, when they do get that money, most of the time these teams, they don't level up. They don't. Like, they might lose 1 or 2 players, and then they don't recapture the same momentum. They just don't, innit? Like, it's a weird one, bro. Like, football's just like that sometimes, innit? So I don't know. With Forest, yeah, I think that they are capitalizing on a moment. And
yes,
this is no disrespect to Forest. I think it was the same with Newcastle a few seasons ago. They capitalized on a moment, innit? United are shit. Chelsea are inconsistent and shit, really. Spurs are shit as well. Like, they're only where they are because the league's shit, bro, this season. Like, I've been saying it. People have been saying, oh, nah, Rants, you're wrong. The league's more competitive than it is. It's not competitive. Liverpool are like 100 points clear. It's not competitive. It's just that everyone else is underperforming. City are underperforming. Arsenal are underperforming. Chelsea are underperforming. United are underperforming. Spurs are underperforming. I've just named you 5 teams already. Like, the league is not good, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the reason why Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest are where they are, bro. Even Brighton are not good, bro. But they are where they are because they're just a bit more consistent than other teams. Brighton are shit, bro. I watched Brighton versus Nottingham Forest the other day, yeah. The quality in that game was bruv, it was an abomination, bro. I
It's
felt like I was watching 2 relegation teams.
Yeah, the quality of the football that you've been watching in the league is really, really bad. If you watch the teams and not when they play Man United, but when they don't play Manchester United, you start noticing like what is going on. How is, you know, sometimes you see teams that haven't won in a couple of games still in the position where they are. They've not fallen off.
Bro, look at Chelsea. Chelsea went what is the stat? I think they went like 7 or 8 games without a win or something like that. Just draws and that, and they're still in the top 4. Like, how the fuck is that a thing?
Yeah.
How's that? Bro, they went like 7 games without a win, bro.
They had 4 games in a row where they just got 2 points out of 4 games. Out of 5 games, sorry, 5 games they got 3 points out of 5 games.
It's
That's
still
mad.
top 4. Like how is that a
games.
thing? But people are saying this league's competitive. How is it competitive if man can go 7, 8 games without a win and still be in the top 4? That's not competitive. That's the opposite of competitive. Competitive means if you drop points, there's someone there to take your food, bro. Yeah, you're getting punished. Yeah. That's what competitive is. 1 win out of 13. Bro, competitive means, that if you make a mistake, someone is there to capitalize on it. If that's not the case, then it's not a competitive league.